Hi there, I'm Sheila Kennedy of the Zebra Inc., and I am here for our episode of Meet the Author. And I have somebody very special with us tonight, and her name is Christine Baker Marriage, and she wrote the book Need More Time. And I can assure you we all can relate to that title. Welcome, Christine.
Thank you so much, Sheila, for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, we are thrilled that you are here, and I would love it if I could see a copy of that book. And tell us a little bit about what's inside.
Absolutely. So this is my book, Need More Time.
Yeah.
I Can Help. And this is an important part of the story that I share in the book. It's an acronym for like this motivational mantra that I share with the readers. And it's a game changer. Like it was a game changer for me to write it. I'm hoping it's a game changer for my readers, and it takes a look at the common sticking points that we all have, that we all share, that we all participate in, and that we all struggle with. And it takes a look at how to overcome those on a consistent basis. So, which will in turn create more time in your day, in your week, in your month, in your life.
And what could you do with all of that new time? Right? It's really not new, but it feels new.
So what, like one of the things that we, so I took a look, when I was writing the book, I took a look at common sticking points for people in their personal life, their home life, and their business life. And one of the major ones was not being able to connect with themselves, with the people that they live with, and with their potential clients or customers, and doing that in a unique way to build those relationships. So when you have more time, you have more opportunity to build those relationships in a unique and deep and rich way. When we keep putting it off, we run out of time to nurture those relationships. And so this book focuses a lot on that as well, and how to spend your time in a meaningful and rich way so that you can, fulfill your dreams. You can have the family that you want and realize, the goals in your life, and, leave your legacy and make your mark and things like that.
I love that. And tell me why you wrote this book.
So I was working with, I used to be a body worker. I used to be a massage therapist. And then I was helping massage therapists help run their business, and mentor them and things like that. And both my clients and my body worker clients and the people I was helping run their business or, mentor their business, almost all of them said, "Oh, I just wish I had more time." And I took a look at that, and I took a look at, I started collecting thoughts, and I started collecting research, and I developed these theories that we literally can all create more time in our lives if we shift things, especially our priorities and our intentions towards that time. And I mean, if you think about it, there's all of these, magical, and I say magical in quotes because they're somewhat separated from us because they're not in our everyday life, but they're these people that we see on the internet that are leaders and are influencers that are creating change in everyday life. They have the same hours of the day that we do. So how does that look for us with our, responsibilities and obligations that we have? Like, how can we do the same thing, maybe not to that grand scale, but still leave our mark and make a difference in the world along with our responsibilities, that we have. And so I took a look at that, and it all kind of plopped out on paper. and it suddenly was like a book. It was really cool how the whole process went. So.
Well, that's amazing. Well, and it's a fantastic book. And I have to tell you that book catches, it makes me catch my breath every time I read it. And, I've had the pleasure of reading it more than once. And
Yeah.
I have to say, like there's especially one part in the book where you really share your personal story about why this is such a important topic to you.
Yeah.
And it does, it moves you. And I know as an author, we can't ask for a whole lot more than that. That if we can move our readers, then we've done our job, right?
That's really cool. Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's true. And so I think that, that coupled with all of the smart and I don't want to say easy because anytime we make changes, it's not very easy. But they are relatively easy changes to make.
They're accessible.
Yeah, they're doable. Like you're not asking anybody to climb, a 1,000-foot
Right.
mountain,
No.
No.
Only if you want to, but let's make a plan first on how to do
Right,
it.
let's plan that first.
Right.
Now I know you've gotten a lot of feedback, and I know that this book has really touched lives, and I would love it if you would share a testimony or a review with us that meant something to you.
Well, I would love to. Yeah, I've had a lot of great and interesting feedback, and not necessarily what I was thinking might come back. I've had quite a few people whom I didn't know if the book would hit their hearts or not. Wasn't expecting anything, but quite a few people did say, I cried.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All chapter 2, I sobbed,
Right.
which, touched me. But one of my favorite feedbacks was, I am constantly saying I need more time, and now I finally feel like I can find it. And that I couldn't ask for more.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what I want people to walk away with, is that, yes, I can do this. I can absolutely figure out how to push forward and,
Mm-hmm.
and find the time that I'm searching for.
Well, and I think that you have to share, just to give context, like everybody thinks they're busy. And everybody, and I'm not saying that they aren't, like, I don't mean to imply that they aren't. But at the time that you were writing this book, you had 3 businesses, you have a family of 7, you have you were going back to school, like there were all of these things that were going on, and you aren't the person that like throws pizza together and has a graduation party. You have like decorations, you are a Pinterest queen, and I mean you wrote Pinterest, and you still make time to do all of those things. So if anybody, this isn't just a book on time management. This is really, if anybody can do it and speak as an expert in it, it's definitely you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. So yeah, that was an interesting process, and I loved every minute of it, but it was consuming, and I wanted, I really, yes, it was right. But yeah, I may have been, I had my hands in a lot of projects at the time, but it worked. I mean, it all worked out.
Well, and like I said, I mean, you have amazing organizational tools, and I love that you share them now with Need More or More Room for Joy.
Yeah.
And that your purpose now is to help people find pockets of joy and more time to create those moments.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's absolutely beautiful, and I love how I've gotten to watch you make that happen in your life as well. And so when you're not, I mean, we've talked about a lot of the things that you do, but when you're not writing, what is it that you like to do to spend your time?
Hands down, I love spending time with my good friends, of course, like you, and my family. I absolutely live for my family, and there's a lot of them.
This is true.
So I'm never at a loss to have somebody to hang out with, but I love being home and hanging out with people and just having, people over, and it doesn't matter what we're doing. We could be playing cards, we could be watching a movie, we could whatever.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing more than that, and that means the most to me, is spending time with the people that I really care about.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been the beneficiary of that, and I can tell you it's amazing. So,
Welcome back anytime.
yay!
Even over Zoom, we could do Zoom. That's
right, right, exactly.
right.
So, Christine, I know that you love connecting with people, and especially people that have read the book. And if they wanted to connect with you, what is the best way for them to do that?
I love having conversations with people. So there's two ways, really. Instagram is fun. We can connect with Instagram. I think that's a riot, and I, love chatting with people on there. And you can always connect on my website. There's always ways to contact me on my website, moreroomforjoy.com.
I was just going to say, tell us what that
is. Yep. And there's always, and even says, like, let's have a conversation or let's chat. So I love to get to know people. I love to see where they're at and what they need and how I can find them, or help them find, rather, pockets of joy in their life. Because honestly, I think that's what people are missing a lot of, is because they're, like you said before, they're so busy. People are so busy and so strapped down with responsibilities and obligations that they forget that life can be joyful too. And you can find pockets like that in many interesting and creative ways. And so I like to talk to people about those. So
I love that.
Anytime.
Love that. And so y'all make sure that you go do that, because she is somebody worth knowing. And that's for sure. Is there anything, one last parting nugget of information, or anything else that you wanted your readers to know before we close today?
That they're worthy.
Nice.
That they're worthy of joy, that they're worthy of time to spend on themselves or with their families. And it's okay to take extra time if they need to. And we can all find it. We can all find it.
Amen. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I loved it.
Well, good. And again, reach out and connect with Christine. The book is on Amazon, so go get your copy of that, because I'm telling you, you really do want to read it. And it can be a game changer.
Yeah.
But thank you again, Christine. I appreciate you. And bye for now.
Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye.